Hey guys, welcome to another grip training or grip session video. So today I don't want to do a training video, I just want to talk about the training method that is widely recognized and widely appreciated in the grip community. But me myself, I think that this training method is once overrated, and second, I think it's sort of lying to yourself. Because let's face it, when you buy a gripper, right, like this COC 0.5, which I'm trying to close, right? Do you see it? There you go, the 0.5, right? You buy the gripper to close it like this, from a full range position, right? So if you can see me now, for example, you want to close it like this. Of course, this doesn't work out right now, because I'm still working towards closing it, but that's the way you want to close it, right? You do not want to do partial closes. And before I get into the topic, I just wanted to show you the difference between, let's say, the 0.5 and the number 2. And you see the difference is not only there in the spring. I mean, of course, the spring of the 2, which is this one here, is thicker than the 0.5, right? This is obvious, but the second thing, which is not so obvious, is when you overlap those two, you can see that the handles are wider apart from each other in the number 2, with the number 2. So you might say, okay, that's just half a centimeter, but this half of a centimeter means everything if we have small hands. And look, my hands do not really look like they are weak or something like that, but I have small hands. And the problem you will have in general when you training with grippers is that you do not get the same leverage as a guy with longer fingers, for example, right? So because you always want to put the gripper in a position where you are most comfortable in and where it's the easiest to close. And what you can see here, for example, is that barely my fingertips get sort of a hold on the front handle, but I do not have enough leverage to pull it down like this, right? And therefore people say, okay, if you have problems training like this and it takes you ages to progress in your training, what you can do is then set the gripper for doing partial reps. Partial reps means that you, let's say, well, only close the last centimeter or so for the handles to touch, and do reps like this. But the problem again with this is when you have smaller hands, it's not so easy to get it into this position and to hold it there. Because what I have to do to get the 0.5, for example, no, this is the 2, sorry, the 0.5 in the position is I have to grab my back handle very, very extremely hard, and I have to use the full force of my second hand to get it to a narrow or a parallel set, right? And do then my partial reps there. So again, you see you have a major disadvantage when you have smaller hands. So therefore I would say, for example, see, I cannot hold it stable in this position because I have no support of my fingertips, because they are simply not able to grab the front handle. And what I would recommend for all those people who have smaller hands, right? I mean, it will take you longer anyway to progress in your grip strength, in your crushing grip strength. But what I would suggest for people who really are interested in full closing the grippers and honestly progressing from gripper to gripper is just take your time. Do not care about setting the gripper in any shape or form. Just try to do full range closes and put it in a position where you yourself feel the most comfortable in. So I had several videos telling me the back handle needs to be close to my calluses, right? But I didn't find it so beneficial for me. So what I then said is, I grab the gripper with my thumb in the middle and try out where it's the best for me. And you see the back handle is almost close to my thumb here, right? So this is the best position for me. Okay, I put the fingers very low, so that my pinky is barely on the front handle, as you can see. And from this position, I try my best. That's it. That's the way I can train with it. So do not be irritated by guys who say, okay, you always have to put the back handle close to your calluses, because this works out for people who have extremely big hands, but not for guys like us, right, with small to normal hands. Right? So that's just what I wanted to tell you guys, and I hope you found this video interesting. I'm about to close to the 0.5, but I had a grip session yesterday and both of my arms are weak as fuck. So yeah, I won't be able to close it in the next week, in the coming week. Maybe in about 2 weeks to 3 weeks time, right? Okay, there you have it. See you.